Okay, hi. So in this video, as promised, we're going to work on the profile page. After the user login, we want them to be able to see the information and update the information right here. So let's get to the page. So here we're going to go to profile. And yeah. So we have this very simple form here. I don't even want React, so I'm going to take this out. Just like last time, I'm going to make this a sync function. You would know why. Okay. Um, So what we're going to do here is that just like what we did in the login page, we again going to call Superbase and um, grab the user information. So I'm going to import this and I'm going to copy these two because we're going to need it again. Okay. So here, if you remember, I have this check that in the middleware that if you don't log in, you won't be able to get into this page. So if we ever get here, we have user for sure. Okay. Oops, not that one. So we're going to do auth.get user and expect that it should be here. Okay. Then if that should be user. So what we're going to do here is that I'm going to use the user ID to grab the information from the patron table. Okay, so here data. Okay. So we're going to do superbase dot from and our table name. And I'm going to warn you again many times that please make sure that you have the policy that you allow the authenticate to view the table, to select from patron table. If not, then if you follow along, you're going to get an error. So don't forget that. So we're going to select star. And we're going to check that the field user ID is equal to user.id. And we expect only one. Okay. So if we get an error from patron or oops, patron error dot code, it actually gave us the code not equal to PGRST116. That's the code for row not file. Okay. So if is this case, that mean it's error with something else. So we're going to redirect to the error page again. So actually, let me grab this. I'm going to use this again. Okay, so just do the message. And since I'm going to do redirect, I'm going to need this one as well. So okay, and we're going to delete this. We don't need that redirect. Okay, so now here there's something wrong. So we're going to just say that there's an error. However, though, if we don't, if this error code is PGRST116, which is row not file, which means we have a user. We do the query, nothing was returned. This might be a problem if we log in from like a librarian. Okay, so in that case, we won't get the patron. So here in this case, we can say that this page is only for patron. Okay, so here profile is only for. So like if when we got in, if we log in and as a librarian, which we're going to do later, if we try to log into this page, it's going to let us come in because there's a user inside the session. But when we do the select and nothing return from patron, we're just going to tell that there's no, you cannot use this page basically. Okay, so now that we have a patron object here, we're going to get every single information inside that table. So let's show it out. Um, so we're going to work with this section here. We're going to have this div pgytp6 row md. I'm going to extend this on the width. Auto. Okay, so that's our div. So now we're going to have h2 Texas L fonts bold. Let's say profile. Okay, so now we can start listing user information. So here I'm going to do a div for email, and let's do email first. So let's do a div. Okay. So I'm going to make this into an input so that later on we can have the user type in the information and do the update as well. So let's do that. Oops. So here we're going to do label name. Actually no, I should do email first. Email. Class name will be block. Actually should copy this over, but hey, text dash gray 700. Okay. So this would be email. This will be label for email. Then I will have an input type email, ID, email. We have to give it ID and name so that we can grab it from the form data, if you still remember what we did last time. Okay, so now we're going to put the value of here we're going to do wait a minute. So what is the variable name that I have before? I have user. So we're going to grab something. Actually, I have patron. So let use the information from patron. Okay. So I'm going to do patron. Okay. So that will be the value for the email. Um, wait, value. If there's nothing, let's set this to empty string. And we won't let them change the email. So I'm going to disable this. Class name going to be long. So I'm going to set this on the next line. So for email, set margin top, block, the gray 300. Okay. It's going to be slow the first time. For other, I think we can just copy the rest. Take small, BG. Okay. So I think that's it. And I can end this. Okay, let's see how this look like so far. So if we go to profile, okay, this already show up. Okay. So here's the email and the profile. Okay, let's keep going. So that's one div empty. Let me see. So we have the div for email. So I'm actually going to have another div for name. Okay, so this div, let's set margin on the top. So this should be name. Okay, and for the input, the ID type should be text. ID name is again name, and this should be patron.name. Okay, I just going to keep let me see. I just going to keep the input the same. Take SM red 300. I actually don't need the background. And this going to be recorded. Okay. So that's our name. So wait, I think it's disable, right? I have to take disable out. Okay, because we want the user to be able to type in the name. So this one we're not going to disable it. Okay, so good. Text user. Wait. Do I still disable? The value required. Okay. Um, Let me check the input a little bit. Type text. Input type text ID name. Oh, not value. I have to change this to default value, or else it's going to keep getting the same value all the time. Okay, now so we good. Okay, so then the last we can just keep copy this. So here we need phone, and then this should be phone number. Okay, the ID should be phone, name should be phone, and this should be again patron.phone. And I think the list can just stay the same. Then the other block we will do address. For the address we're going to change a little bit, because the address going to be longer. So here instead of using input type text, we're going to do text area. Okay, ID would be address, same pattern. So this default value again going to be address. Okay, so we're going to set rows. So make it a little bigger than just normal text. And class name, yep, should be fine. Actually we don't require phone number, we don't require address. Let's make the name required. Okay, so now okay, good. So we have phone number, we have the address. So next would be patron type. So let's get this instead. So instead of making the drop down, I'm just going to use simple text just because it's faster. Okay. So if you do this on your app, you pretty should make this into a selection instead. Okay. So input type text good. So name. Actually, I'm going to make this into value, and it's because when I add, I make sure that I put in the type of the pattern. So I don't want it to be modified. Okay. So I would assume that the user would not be able to modify their own type, and they would need something else to allow them um, to modify this value anyway. So again, let's continue on with start. Actually, let's copy this. So let's we do this with the start and the end membership. So membership start. So you actually should see the pattern. So actually, this will be membership end. Um, yeah, I know that this is going to be a little bit boring. So if you not follow along, you can actually fast forward this. So until like we get to the end of the front end. Okay. So here input type would be date and ID. Okay, again here and the ID. Okay, the value there would be dot membership start as well, and this value would be membership end. And again, I assume that both the user shouldn't be able to modify their start and end date. So I'm going to set this to value and disable the data. Okay. Okay, I think that all the information that the user have. Wait, have I saved? Let's save. Okay, there. So the address is a little bit bigger than the list. All these three information you cannot set it. So lastly, let's do a div for button. So let's make the border on the top and put the button on it. Again, we do the form, so we're going to add the form at some point. I think I forget to add the form. So here I'm going to do form action. And I'm going to leave it blank first. So class name would be the beautiful, just to grab the width. So I need orange. And the text would be white. Okay, I need padding. I need padding on the X as well. And route it. Okay. And this will call update profile. Okay. So form action. So actually I'm just going to get it a name called update profile. We don't have this yet. Okay, we don't have this yet. So I'm just going to create an empty function just so that it won't give me the error. Okay, so let's scroll back up here. So actually around here would be fine. So I would just create a function expression. Same. So that, let's keep it just like that. And let me put that form data in just so that I won't forget it. Okay. And now that we are here, let me make sure that I put the form because we won't be able to submit the data without the form. So right here, let me add the form. And our form should cover all of our input or else we won't be able to read the value inside that input. So should be right here. So that's where our information is. Let's see. Yep, so we get everything inside. So that should be great. From action. Function cannot be passed directly. Oh, yeah, I need use server. So it's blank at this time. Okay, but let's do a use server. Not user, just use. Okay, so now you would notice that we already have the information of the user pool after the login. So here I actually can do the update just because I'm pretty sure that when we sign up the user, we add the data into patron table. So they will already have the information at some point. So at least they will have an email, patron type, membership start, and membership end anyway. So now I'm actually logging the user out just to try to get a new user that we just add in. But it actually hangs for compiling the logout at this point. So let's wait a little bit. And at this point, let me try to check the name of the order that we just put in. So yeah, my test2 at data.com. So I need that one. My test2. So if we click on this, so I add my here, right? My test2. And I just use the same password for everything. Okay, so here. So notice that this is the user that I just add in when I test the login and the logout. So you notice that I just extract part of the email to use as a name. So let me update the name. So test user, you will be able to type the information in. I didn't do the validation at this point. If you want, you can do the validation. But if you want to do the validation, then you might need to do it as a client component instead. So I will leave that as your choice. So what we want is that once we click on update profile, all the information will be passed into the database. So let's work on that. So here, we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to get all that information. So const name, so we're going to get all this information that from the from data. So we have name, we have phone, we have address. What else? We don't have to do start and end date or the email because we won't let that to be updated anyway. So next, we're going to do similar thing we did before, which is we're going to get the cookies and create the client. So notice that we have to do it again because this is in another function. Okay, this is in function when we create the server component. So this is another server function that we're going to run after we click on the button. So that's why we have to do this again. Okay, so now, so what we're going to do here that now that we have create client, we're just going to call on the update. So const, okay, we're going to select the existing pattern. Okay, and okay, so that's the same pattern. So now we're going to await. from. Okay, so this line is long enough. So let's see. Oh, the struct type. Oh, let's wait a little bit. Select star. So we're going to need the same guy as the user.id because we need to update, and I'm going to update this based on the user. So let's oops, sorry, I need to do the update. So from, instead of select, I'm going to do update. Yeah, why do select? So now that we have information, okay, we're just going to update the data. Oops. And you're going to update when it equal. Okay, so now this one we also still need. So we're going to update when user ID is equal to user.id. Okay, that is our key. So what we're going to update, it will be here. So we're going to update name, phone, address, name, phone, address. So there. And because this we already use the same name as the column name, so that's why we use this name. So it's going to be updated into the corresponding field. So next, let's we check. So if update error, actually let me check. Okay. So if we have error here, let's just redirect it to the error page again. Okay. If we do this successfully, let's revalidate the path. Okay. So just revalidate the same part. And we're going to redirect to the success page, which we probably don't have that right now. So we're going to go do that after this. Okay. Okay, great. So now we're going to need success. SUCCESS. Okay. And then again, page.tsx. We don't need anything much on this page though. We just need to say that we update the information successfully. So import link from next last link. Okay, and then we're just going to create a component. Okay, so here we just return directly the section. Class name is container py12 text sender, and here we just add a div. Let's set the class name background white, heading 6. Let's grab the whole width, MD, MX auto. Okay, so we need an H2, say profile, update successfully. Okay, let's set class name a little bit. So this will be text to XL, font bold, MB4, and text will be green. Okay, and then I need a P. Your profile information has been saved. Okay, this I just need margin. And then just to provide a link to get back to see their profile. So I will just lead them to /profile. Class name would be text white. So we're going to act like button, but it's actually a link. Okay. We're going to route. Let's go to the next slide. Wow, LG. Text SMPX5 PY 2.5 text in there. Okay, and that's it for our link. Okay, so they will say view your profile. Okay, so that should be it. So let's say that I'm going to upload this information. So let's refresh it just to make sure that we have the new code in. So phone number, address, let's say Chiang Mai 1245. Okay. So test student, let's update the name. So once we update the profile, let's see. It's post to profile. Oh, I know. Wait. Eh, Okay. Are we still on? Yes, hopefully we still on. Yeah, the power just went out. So hopefully we still on, right? Yes. um let me finish this. Let me check the video, okay? But let me finish checking this profile page. So here we call update profile. Okay. And then okay, there. So yeah, we get type error, but then I guess it's because of the network. Right now I don't have network on my computer due to the power outage. So it just kicked me out to this profile. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to have to stop the video and go check on my internet. Okay, I see you guys. We continue this later.